Aloha, HNLFC. That's the Hairflips and Layouts fan club. I'm the Cambodia here with 150 and Delicious. What up?
What up?
Big sports weekend, right, guys? The fight of the century. The draft is going on, and of course the NBA playoffs. Actually, because it's such a big sports weekend, can we drink to that? Always an excuse to take a shot.
Fucking over there, smile. What you smiling for?
I just enjoy taking a shot for a noble reason.
It's not a noble reason.
What do you mean it's not a noble reason? It's the fight of the century, dude, and we'll jump into it a little bit more.
It's a fight that's 5 years old.
Fuck. I don't know what I was thinking of, but I not only bought like salt-free nacho tortilla chips, I also bought salt-free saltine crackers, man. Shit. It's like horrible shit.
Why are you even eating crackers?
Absorbs the alcohol.
Oh my god. Hairflips.
Hairflips, Arco. Dude, it's not
By
even
the way,
not even 1 minute in the show.
in honor of the first team to draft the running back in the first round of the NFL draft in 5 years? It's to the Chargers,
wow.
man.
No kidding.
Finally replace what's his name?
LT?
My boy. I can't even remember his name because he screwed me up three years in a row.
Ryan Matthews. Ryan Matthews.
So fuck you, Ryan Matthews. Here's to hopefully them getting a better backfield support.
All right. So yeah, we'll definitely talk about the draft later, but wanted to start off the show with a quick strike. We'll bring it back. Neil, what are you oohing and ahhing about now?
I mean, I hate Blake Griffin, but he had a clean block on Danny Green, and they gave Danny Green the foul.
All right.
It was clean.
All right, let's pay attention to the podcast. I remember last weekend. If you guys haven't checked out the video yet, but it was a fantastic, footage of the Hairflips crew celebrating Steph Curry's miraculous corner three. Genuine reactions. Emeka was like a little bitch, schoolgirl screaming. Exactly. But all right, to this podcast, I'll bring back this quick strike question posed to the panelists. This week's question, and it was inspired by me seeing a lot of Pacquiao commercials, like more so now than ever before. If you guys
gonna fight me?
if you guys were an athlete, what do you think your, I guess, favorite and brand to endorse would be? Like, it could be anything. It's like, what do you want to represent? You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's your name on their marquee. You know what I mean? You're representing them. What do you want? I can start out since I put a little bit of thought into this. I kind of surprised you guys. Personally, it would be McDonald's.
Really?
Yeah, but not like a LeBron James or Michael Jordan endorsement. I actually want a burger, a signature burger. It's like how, you know, shoes, athletes have a signature shoe. Has anyone ever had a signature sandwich?
Dude,
Because it doesn't last. I think Subway did have some, right?
No, I don't know. I mean,
I feel like Subway had some because I think Subway is probably one of those restaurants that really endorses athletes a lot, or has athletes yeah. Because remember they had like the whole Olympic team one time, and then they had like a whole bunch of NFL stars.
yeah, but I don't know if they had names they were named for the sandwich, not like something like Ike's. Cause I'm not gonna consider Ike's because Ike's is just like a small franchise within the Bay.
I think what it is what their sandwich of choice is. So like if I was Michael Phelps, this is like, okay, this is my sandwich. This is what I like. That's what I remember.
Or greens.
But no, LeBron James has his own Sprite signature drink.
Really?
Yeah, he actually has a remix, like his actual flavors, and there's like a combination of the stuff he likes. So you can actually go buy a LeBron James flavored Sprite. So take it a step further. You can walk into McDonald's and you don't have to ask them to supersize that shit because that shit already big. That's my dream right there. That's my. What about you, Delicious?
I don't know. Definitely caught us off guard. I would have to say it's kind of weird. I would probably have to say Taco Bell.
What the fuck?
only because I love Mexican food, and that shit is nothing close to Mexican food.
So it's like an ironic endorsement.
It would be an ironic parody endorsement. Like, go to Taco Bell, it's the best Mexican food around. That would be what my line would probably say, something along those lines.
Wow.
If not, it'd be something. If not that, then I'd have to say like fried chicken, but that would be so misconstrued.
Hey, no. Speaking of,
That would be misconstrued in so many ways.
speaking of fried chickens, have you guys heard of that new restaurant that might be taking over, like the next big fried chicken spot? I guess it's gonna IPO in a week or so, or if it hasn't already. Bojangles.
No,
Bojangles. Oh yeah, it's a East Coast thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's starting to come out west a little bit more. I'm actually kind of excited.
I've had it. It's not that but who knows? Stuff like that is all novelty until it shows up.
No, I mean,
what is it? It's like wings or
no, it's fried chicken. It's like KFC.
It's fried chicken.
It's like KFC. It's not.
Yeah.
Wings are different than fried chicken. Even though it's fried, you don't put them in the same class.
no.
Right.
I know what you're talking about. So.
Yeah. All right, Neil, what about you? Oh, actually, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Before you start, Neil, can you showcase your hairstyle to the fans?
What, my Vietnamese cut?
I didn't see it. Did you see it,
The
Matt?
hell?
What? I mean, it's not even style. I've been wearing a hat all day.
Yeah, but I trying to force him to get a line. That fool won't even get a line. I still have my line. Where's your line at, Neil?
Nah, dude wouldn't give me. I'm serious. This old Vietnamese dude would not give me a line, and I asked just to trim off the top, and he started styling it. I was like,
I guess he knows better.
apparently.
All right, sorry, player. What's your endorsement?
You know, honestly, I do not know. Yeah, you're totally off guard. Maybe.
It's your idea. I was gonna let you guys think for a bit, and then you're like, "Oh, surprises."
No, but I mean, that's actually cool that you're making us think. I mean, I think the obvious choice with me is everybody would know me by hats, because I always have like a baseball hat all the time. I mean, that would be cool, but I think maybe a healthy alternative to a soda.
What like oh Jesus Christ! You actually showcased Coke Zero. I didn't even notice it. I was like, oh jeez.
Man.
Or pre-weight challenge body shape.
Why are you having all these gay snacks around?
Actually, because I have like my students have like this graduation thing tomorrow, like a graduation ceremony for the library for work. So I've been preparing some shit for them tomorrow because I'm a good supervisor.
I get it. Okay.
Honestly though, what would be really cool is if I could be like sponsored by Jameson or something. Like have like whatever I'm doing, like if I'm surfing, have a Jameson sticker right on my board, or just advertise for them that way. Be a Jameson spokesperson.
You're like Mila Kunis. I'm gonna start trying to actually get decent alcohol shots because
yeah, man, you gotta get grown man alcohol, man.
Yeah, man, I've been getting like the bottom shit, and it's not cool, man. It hurts going down. It hurts going down.
But you know what? You know what though? I think I have a couple friends that are really into wine, but they don't look for like expensive wine. They try to find like good tasting cheap wine.
No, I'm the same. Well, I'm the same way, but liquor is a little bit different than wine, though. Like I think you actually have to get good liquor. Like wine, you can find something decent, for a pretty decent price. Not super expensive.
Mhm.
I don't know, but I don't know much about alcohol. I just consume it. Speaking of which, last week's shop bet, guys. What was the results of the Chelsea and Arsenal?
It was a tie.
So what do we do when it's a tie? What's the Hairflips rule or law? What's in the bylaw?
You have to take shots.
All right, then you pour.
God damn it.
I didn't write the bylaws. It's already written. Like it was already like the thunder hit a clay tablet or something, and then it says, if something was a tie, then you lose.
Well, not unless you picked a tie. If you picked a tie, then you don't lose.
Yeah, but who the hell would pick a tie?
I would have picked a tie, but just there was no point.
A tie is for pansies, fool.
Huh?
A tie is for pansies.
Ties like kissing your sister.
Yep.
Airflow.
All right, since everyone lost last week, let's put the bets in for this week, the big fight. Who do you guys have? It's between Pacquiao or Pretty Boy, Money, Floyd Mayweather. Mecca, who you got? What do you think?
Can I pick a tie?
Yeah, you can pick a tie. That's what we were just talking about. You can pick a tie?
You want to kiss your sister?
Fuck it, I don't know who to pick, honestly, because I know they're gonna fight again, so it really doesn't matter.
No. Someone told me that like a part of the contract was if Floyd wins, there's gonna be no rematch. But if Pacquiao wins, there will be
I
a
don't
rematch.
believe that.
I
I
don't
can
know.
see that, but I don't believe it.
I mean, what I mean, all these stipulations, right, going into the,
Right.
But
Yeah.
but you gotta pick. I mean, you can still pick a tie, or if you just won, you can pick Mike Tyson.
I'll pick a tie.
Oh wow, you were talking shit about ties. He was talking shit about ties, and all of a
Because
sudden,
I feel like there's gonna be a split decision. It's not gonna be, especially if it's not a knockout. There will be a split decision.
oh, interesting. Neil, what about you, player?
Pretty Boy, man, all the way. Going to be easy. It's going to go to the decision, but it's going to be an easy fight. Easy.
I'll make it interesting, and well, I have my money on Manny to begin with anyway, so it's a hair flips first. Every individual has picked a different horse in the race.
And John Marino and LBR picked like Mike Tyson. It's fucking incredible.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, I'll take 2 shots if they win.
Oh, that's right. What was I gonna? Should we do a double shot for this one, or just one's fine?
Which one? Which other one?
Well, no, for this bet.
Oh, for this fight? Nah, one is fine.
Leave it as is. All right, so let's just segue into let's talk about the fight. I mean, are you guys planning on watching it? Are you guys interested in it? I mean, what's the deal?
I don't know. Funny enough, the 2 hardcore boxing fans that I know, none of them are really looking forward to the fight. None of them are really interested. So.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, they both said the same thing. This is a fight that's 5 years too late.
Yeah.
And.
So I was telling Kimbo too.
Well, so, I mean, I feel like actually, honestly, I feel like more casual fans are more into it than hardcore boxing fans, to be honest.
I
feel
would
like more
agree with
casual fans. Huh?
I'm casual. I mean, I'm just actually going as an, you know what I mean, like an excuse to drink.
Casual fans are more into it than actual like boxing fans. So it's just something to watch. It gives boxing a new lifeblood. There's really nothing else. Under normal circumstances in the 80s, or the 90s, we wouldn't even be talking about them anymore, you know, because they would have been like pushed out the wayside. But they're basically boxing's last hope. So they can afford to wait it out, and still have a marquee fight like this. I'm hearing freaking tickets are going for $300,000, man. That's crazy. How do you even scalp a $300,000 ticket?
No kidding.
Seriously, what do you take in payment? Like, you collect a check, or you follow the person to the bank, or what?
PayPal me. PayPal me.
Okay. It's crazy.
Buyer's guarantee.
You know what's ironic? I have a coworker who's going to Vegas to watch the fight.
You have a coworker that what?
I have a coworker who's going to go to Vegas to watch the fight, not in the actual MGM, but like, to be in Vegas and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it was ironic because she was telling me, she was like, you can't watch the fight in Vegas unless you watch it through closed circuit TV, and you have to buy that feed from an MGM property.
Yeah.
Right.
And she said it's also limited to who they sell it to. So the fight's taking place in Vegas, but that's
right.
But that's the place where you have the hardest time finding a place to watch it on TV.
Well, it makes sense. They want people to go into the arena, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, but what I'm saying is you have a finite space to be in the arena anyway. So if that's the case, then they're forcing people to watch it.
I think no, it's not that. I think no, it's really not that. It's basically giving people that are there value for their money. Like, if you're going to the fight, then I want to know that what I paid for it is not something someone else can easily get, I guess.
Yeah, no. You know what? I think it's more so for to screw up the other casino operators.
Right.
Right.
Not have them benefit from that event, because they're probably paying a lot of money just to host something like that, or at least putting up a bunch of logistics.
Because if you
most of them are going to benefit from hotel stays and like car rentals, anyways, and stuff like that. So no reason to give them extra revenue.
No, exactly. So I mean, but the thing is, you're like screwing everybody over, right? Like, you're like, hey man, I can get it on TV if I lived in fucking, I don't know, Gilroy. Why can't I get that shit on the pay-per-view here?
I mean, it's their fault for wanting to go all the way over to Vegas. You know what I mean? They want to be a part of action. That's the price you pay. You know what I mean? You could just stay at home and watch it. You go to a bar and watch it and drink all you want, but they want to be part of the scene. Well, you got to pay to be a part of that scene.
Pay to play. So I'll tell you my scenario or my situation. So I was looking to go to like a bar, and I called them up to make reservations, right? And they're like, oh, it's $25 a person, but you have to pay up front for the admission. All right, so I was like, okay, and then they're like, oh, it's also a $15 or $20 minimum on food orders, right? So obviously it makes sense because they're forced to pay. I don't know. From what I understand, it's like $5,000 if you're a business and you're trying to show the fight.
Right. Well, if it's anything like video or anything, you pay per person. So if your capacity is so and so, you pay per capacity.
Really? That's how it is?
Pretty much.
Wow, that's insane.
You're licensing it, right?
Right.
Wow. I mean, either way, I'm gonna find a place to watch it and drink my Michelob Ultra. You know why? Because I live the ultra life.
I live the zero life.
Man, he's crying though.
Hey,
we're about to lose.
Hey, Neil was talking a big game about drinking beer, and he doesn't. I haven't seen him have a beer in his hand.
Somebody tell me why Paul Allen is crying on TV.
Who's crying on TV?
Sorry, not Paul Allen. What's his name? Steve Ballmer.
Oh, Ballmer. Oh, it's a close. Oh, snaps! It's 14 seconds, and it's a 2-point game.
The three.
That fool's crying, man. I don't know.
And Bellinelli can shoot.
No wonder you guys are fucking ignoring the podcast again. We need to turn off the TV.
No, I'm not ignoring it. I'm definitely paying. I just looked up and caught Steve Ballmer crying, so I was like, are they about to lose?
They're still up 2. They're still up 2, right? Anyway, hey, let's switch gears and talk about the NFL draft, which...
Oh, wait, I didn't give my take on the whole fight.
My bad, Neil. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, I think in 5 years ago, I felt the same way. I think Floyd would beat Manny then. He's gonna beat him now. He's just He's bigger, faster, and just more skilled defensively. You can. He's just a longer fighter. He's just gonna. I think it's gonna be an easy fight for him.
Really?
Yeah, I really think it's gonna be really easy. And and on top of that, I think it's gonna be a really boring fight. Floyd Mayweather fights.
I think so too.
Unless you're a really big boxing fan, you like watching like the sweet fights. You get bored out of watching Floyd fight.
So,
Hey, you know what the remedy for that is?
Dos Equis.
Hey, don't rush into 5. Start with dos. Or no, don't rush into cinco. Start with dos. Hey, I don't want to go on a tangent, but you guys know about the 1800 guy?
No, what?
That tequila, that 1800 tequila guy. He's like a poor man's most interesting man in the world. It's like, but he's so hateable. He's like this like older gentleman, Mexican-ish, and he thinks he's like suave and sophisticated, but that's such an awful ripoff of the Dos Equis guy, right? Come on, dude. Right? You guys know what I'm talking about, speaking of commercials, isn't there a commercial that you wanted to share, Neil?
Can we even show it here?
Yeah, a beer commercial.
Let me go look for it. Continue on. I'm not Don Marino.
Yeah, what was the beer?
It was I think it was Kona or Longboard or whatever, one of those.
Oh yeah, that's right. And the reason I'm bringing it up was because we had a conversation, and I told him I had some Kona beers ready, which is already opened up. See, I'm working on bottling beers with like different objects, and this is like a fake bottle opener, so I had to use it with leverage, not the actual bottle opener. Anyways, while Neil is pulling that up, I will take a sip of my beer, my Kona beer.
Okay, let me screen share, and I'm gonna show it to you right about now. Hopefully you guys can hear it. Let me know if you guys can.
Dear Mainland, aloha. My brother and I wanted to talk to you about your happy hour custom. How come just 1 hour? Maybe you make 1 hour sad hour and the other 23 happy. But is all that spreadsheet time more important than this time? We know when you should do that spreadsheet. Sad hour.
2 corners.
Thanks, Auntie. One life, right? Don't blow it. Mahalo. Kona Brewing. Kona Hawaii.
I agree, man. Why you gotta make 1 hour happy and the rest sad?
hey, thanks, Uncle.
Thanks, Uncle.
sharing the aloha spirit.
We've been hearing multitasking you're up to.
Oh. Sorry.
Thanks, Uncle.
But yeah, no. Any other thoughts on the big fight? I mean, I'm just.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, if someone's showing the fight, I'll definitely be there. Otherwise, I'll gladly probably
Yeah, you know what? I'm just not enthusiastic.
follow it on Twitter or something.
Hey, no. Hey, open invite. Come down to LA. We'll get drunk in Hot Wings Cafe.
How much are they charging?
It's $25 a head.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, shit. I'm trying to talk Neil into if he's down here to come watch the fight with us too. It's not necessarily the fight. It's like the Super Bowl. Who really gives a shit about the game if your team's not playing?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You're just there to
well, I actually really love. I grew up watching boxing, and I still kind of watch boxing now. So. I mean, to me, there's so much other boxers out there I'd rather watch. Keith Thurman right now is one of my favorite boxers.
Neil, can I compare you to a wine snob? It's like oh, I'm too good for the E40 wine. I'm too good for the Andre Champagne.
No.
He's an elitist right now.
No, it's just that I don't like watching. Like I would go to family parties and they'd have a Pacquiao fight on, and it's just kind of annoying, especially like me and my dad. My dad boxed, and we'd watch and like all you go to watch people watch fights, and if they don't know they don't know boxing, they like punch him harder or punch more. Like
Punch him harder. That's my analysis. That would be my analysis.
yeah. So
Why
it just kind of gets frustrating to watch it with different people. I mean, it's like you talking to your coworker, about basketball. It's just like after a while, you just like listen to people who don't know basketball talk about basketball. It just frustrates you.
Yeah,
And they talk like they're experts. That's the issue. They talk like they're experts, but
Yeah. No, I get it. Like I said, I made no like pretensions that I was a boxing expert.
yeah. I can watch it with
mean,
you.
I just enjoy sporting events in general, and I think I'm like most of the general public. As long as it's like an event, you know what I mean. I don't necessarily need to have a horse in the race, I don't care who wins. Although I really do want Pacquiao to win because he just seems like a better person than Mayweather. I don't know them individually, but just based on what I read.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because Deadspin actually wrote an article. It's like, just because you're cheering for Pacquiao doesn't mean you're really cheering for a good guy. And it was about how all his like how he's he's cheated on his wife and how he owes money to the government and
Did he beat his wife though? Did he beat his wife?
No, I mean I'm not saying that I'm not looking outside the ring, because if you look at outside the ring, Floyd is funny as fuck, but he's a douche. But I'm just saying, it's like it's true though. The narratives on both fighters is just so like I'm not gonna defend Floyd, but in the ring, Floyd's just a better boxer, I think.
No, I got you. But then that's talking like because the sport, you have background in the sport, so you have that to actually used to evaluate, the actual match. I don't, right? I don't understand techniques or anything like that. So the only thing I know is that Pacquiao has commercials with fucking pistachios. He has Nike. He has
Foot Locker.
Foot Locker. I mean, Pacquiao has so many different commercials, like right now, right? Like ridiculous. Like did these companies have like all these TV plans in place before the fight, or what? I mean, I'm sure all these agencies are working like last minute to try to put this shit on the airwaves, like, right? Because all this stuff happened in the last like 2-3 months, right?
Yeah.
It's on an accelerated timeline. So to me, getting bombarded with fucking Pacquiao commercials, I just love the guy, and I just love the dude. What can I say? And also I've been just reading a lot of like articles and stories about this because that's the only way I can try to understand or speak a little bit or speak as if I know a little bit about the sport. But like Mayweather has zero endorsement dollars, zero, right? And then it's just he's not a bankable guy as a person, right? Which is fine, but Pacquiao is like the total opposite.
Yeah.
America is rooting for a Filipino.
Whoever tries to sign Mayweather to an endorsement deal is gonna hear it big time.
Yeah.
Backlash, right? It's gonna be backlash.
Like a major backlash, huh?
No, I was gonna say backlash for reals.
For Mayweather.
Should we switch gears? Do you guys have any more Pacquiao Mayweather thoughts before we talk about the draft?
Justin Bieber supports that Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, is he gonna come out? Is he gonna come out? Is he gonna come out with Mayweather during the fight?
The last fight he did, the last couple fights he has.
Oh, speaking of celebrity backing, okay. Did you guys read somewhere that P. Diddy, Puffy, or whatever, and Mark Wahlberg has a $250 bet?
Yeah.
So go ahead, Neil.
I think Mark Wahlberg, he actually trains at the Wildcat Gym.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so he kind of knows Manny.
And
He trains at Freddie Roach's gym. I know that.
I see a lot of like the Pacquiao camp having celebrity like footage. Like I was watching Inside the NBA last night, and they showed, or was it the game today? They had Reggie Miller and Charles Barkley fucking footage of him you know, sparring or playing around with Pacquiao in the ring and Freddie Roach.
Pacquiao is just a lovable guy, man.
He is, and plus
Yeah.
he's the karaoke star.
I mean, just speaking as a Filipino American, man, I don't know what to take out of it. You know, the most popular Filipino in America is Manny Pacquiao.
Hey, but Bruno Mars is Filipino too, dog.
Yeah, I know, but
You guys have like celebrities that you can actually like, you know, have a badge on, like, hey, you know, it's one of us.
Celebrities.
Even there's a bunch of Nigerian athletes.
It's all athletes, dog. That's it. Well, some actors too.
There's no Cambodians out there that I can be like proud to say, he's one of us.
well, if you got your SAG and actually did your your stand-in gig, if you weren't afraid to spend that money for your headshots.
Okay, from this point, I will make my people proud and become an extra somewhere in a major Hollywood movie. I just have to fork over a headshot, black and white. So CCA, the stupid casting agency, will accept my application.
First person eaten by zombie.
I know, seriously.
Like,
Zombie victim number one. Played for zombie victim number one.
Be like, hey, right there, I'm in the background. Anyways, on that bombshell, let's move on to the NFL draft. I don't know how many rounds they have, but the first round is done, right?
Yeah, just today, the first round.
7, right? 7.
Can somebody pull up the first, I don't know, like 10 picks, first 10 picks?
I know it's quarterback, defensive end.
Well, Jameis Winston and Mariota is 1 and 2, I think, right?
Yeah.
And then I know obviously my Raiders.
3 was a linebacker.
And Goodell messed up Mariota's last name.
Really?
What did he say?
Yeah, he said Mariota. And he stumbled through it. He was like, Mariota.
So this guy doesn't even follow his like anyone. It's not like he's.
Nationals and the Mets at Citi Field, where the Mets were 10-0 this season, and they had a 2-0 lead.
I don't think he does.
Okay. Somebody pull up the top 5 right now. Well, like I said, top 10.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it right now. I got it, but.
Hey, but while you're pulling that up, is Amari Cooper legit? I mean, just speaking as a Raiders fan, I know he's a wide receiver from Alabama, right?
He's good,
Yeah.
man. He's really good.
You think he'll be a good, I guess, fit with what do you call it? What's that dude's name?
If David Carr, is it David Carr or?
Yeah.
I confuse him with his brother. But if he gets protection and he can throw that ball to Amari, he's gonna get it, man. He's good.
And then we got the Niners reject,
Niners reject.
Mike Crabtree.
Uh,
So I mean, speaking from the other side of the bay, I think the Raiders are positioning themselves to go this way, whereas the Niners have gradually been kind of like uncertain to down.
Yeah, it was kind of funny when they announced the Niners pick. The ESPN, the whole crew was like, yeah. It's just like they were like silent. They couldn't say anything, and they showed like Niner fans, and they were like, "Who the fuck is this dude?"
I know, yeah, I saw that.
Who they draft?
I don't know. I
They drafted,
off the top of my head.
was it a corner? Somebody on the defensive side.
Defensive end.
Yeah, DG's defensive end.
Well, can I propose a toast to the upcoming NFL season?
What do you think is going to happen?
No, just it's kind of like the unofficial start of the new year since the draft is going on, and
Actually, in my email today, like right before the first pick, I got an email from Yahoo Sports about fantasy football starting.
you gotta start them young, or you gotta play on young.
Trying to get you geared up.
Hey, can I ask you guys if you guys will accept a new name petition from me? I would like from now on to be referred to as the Apex Predator.
Apex Predator?
Come on, bruh.
No, that doesn't fly with the crew. Can I become the Apex Predator?
No.
Hey, remember the last time somebody from our group tried to give themselves a nickname? The Bengal Tiger? And it morphed into Booger? You really want that?
Hairflips!
It's so awful on my tongue.
That's why I want good. That's why I want good liquor, so it's easy to go down. Oh, okay. So Neil, did you eventually bring up the top 10?
Yeah. I got the top 10, man.
All right. Can you list them out and their positions and to what team?
All right. So first pick, Jameis Winston, quarterback. Tennessee, Marcus Mariota, quarterback. Dante Fowler, defensive end, went to Jacksonville. Amari Cooper, wide receiver to Oakland. Brandon Scherf or Schreff or whatever, Scherf. Offensive tackle to Washington. To the Washington team. Leonard Williams, defensive end, goes to the New York Jets. Kevin White, wide receiver to the
no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. When you say Washington, I was thinking Seattle, but I wasn't thinking the Redskins. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All good. Vic Beasley, outside linebacker to Atlanta. Eric Flowers, offensive tackle to New York Giants. And Todd Gurley, the first running back, goes to the St. Louis Rams.
Hey, why is it that running backs don't get picked early?
Because they don't last.
They won't last, and you can get good value in the lower pick.
You can literally get a good running back from what's it called? From undrafted. You can get a good undrafted running back. What's the name was undrafted? Texans, Houston Texans.
It's kind of ironic.
Foster.
It's kind of ironic because our every fantasy football league, the running back goes first.
Well, it's because the points are
the point spread. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you get points per yard, then yeah, but and it's just for the season. After the season, like, you don't know what's gonna happen to them. Their shelf life is because they take a beating.
No. I mean, I figured, but I'm saying like I figured it's one of those like sexy positions. Like speaking from just like a casual fan's perspective, right? It's like a skilled position, right? It's not like a fucking linebacker, you know what I mean? So you figured that you'll get a lot more reps out there, right? Representation, right, in the early rounds.
Yeah.
Hey, but I don't know how the draft works. How many days is it and how many rounds?
I think it's like 3 days. So the
7 rounds.
Second and third and fourth is, or second and third.
Second and third is tomorrow.
Yeah, and then Saturday.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Wow, that's
4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, it's an event now. I don't know. It's kind of crazy because back in the day, it used to be all. It's funny because it used to be always Radio City Hall, New York, Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. Saturday 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Sunday 5, 6, 7, and then and all that. But now it's like it moves around. For instance, this year they held it in Chicago, and and it's prime time. It's a prime time event now, the first round at least. So it's kind of interesting. The NFL is really taking advantage of their popularity. Can't really blame them. And it's also interesting. Huh?
No. Go ahead and finish your thought. I was gonna.
So it's kind of interesting that they're going to start actually lose their tax exempt status.
That's exactly what I was going to bring up. And you know what I think it is? It's not because they're trying to be nice or anything like that. They probably felt that there was another loophole that they can probably capitalize on more so than being a non-profit organization, right? I'm sure they're going to save more money at the end paying taxes versus being exempt. I don't know what the tax laws are, but how is a fucking professional sports league be a non-profit organization? The NHL.
I don't get it either.
All sports are non-profit.
How does that work? I mean, I know that the teams pay taxes. That's separate, right? They're an entity that relies on the teams, right, for revenue and for like just for overhead and stuff like that, right? They get their money from those guys. But they're still generating billions of dollars. That's what I don't understand.
Same here.
I don't get it either.
And they still ask for a lot of money to help build stadiums too.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of stadiums, I don't know if you guys, I've been following the Raiders / Chargers
San Diego Chargers.
stadium in Carson, or the LA Stadium, which is not even in LA. It's equivalent to building a fucking stadium in Gilroy, California.
Or Santa Clara. Do you just say Santa Clara?
No, I will not say Santa Clara. It's even worse than Santa Clara. It's freaking Gilroy. It's where the freaking StubHub Center is, where the Earthquakes play. I mean the Galaxy play. But my thought was, the one of the novelty factors. There's gonna be like a thunderbolt, like the stadium generates some kind of like lightning.
I saw that, and the eternal flame for Al Davis.
Oh, is that what it was too?
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen, but I think that's pretty dope. Right? Like you go over there, you'd be like praying to the eternal flame of Al Davis as like he's a fucking icon, and then next thing you know, there's a fucking Zeus thunder like striking somewhere. It's like, Jesus Christ, it's like a comic book like stadium, man. It's like they're trying to make this happen for reals. Like they're throwing everything they possibly can to make it like a fan experience. Which I don't think the Niners Stadium actually have.
But they have I don't know what the Niners Stadium has. They have misters now. That's what I've heard.
They have what?
They have like those mists because it was so hot in the stadium, I heard, and they added like misting stations.
Honestly, man, I think that stadium's gonna be a flop, man. It never was built, the way. I don't know. It's not a sexy stadium, but I guess that's another topic for another time.
What, Levi's?
Yeah, Levi's is not a sexy stadium, and we discussed it on the podcast before. You know what I mean? Like it's not a destination.
I mean, only Mecca's been there, right?
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go in a couple weeks, but I'm not. I mean, from what I've read and from what other people have said, I haven't heard really many good things about it.
Hey, Becca, what's your take on it though? Like from the food to the venue itself, like.
I commented. I mean, structurally, it's pretty dope. It's very new, state of the art. I think the part that a lot of people really give a lot of props for is like the lounges, like the kind of like the VIP lounge area or whatnot. It's kind of like pretty, like you feel like even it's almost kind of like a club in there. Like a lot of people actually paid to go in and just to hang out, so they're not actually there to watch the game.
Hey, Mike, can I stop you for a second? And just keep your thoughts there while you continue. But the reason I stopped you there was because I was reading about the new Warrior Stadium in San Francisco and how they want to be able to have the same kind of like vibe as Oracle.
You're right.
And the CMO of the Warriors, or the COO or whatever he was, the one thing he said too was like, I want to capture the same excitement, so we're gonna try to limit people's flow to all these like VIP lounges and limit it, because obviously it didn't work with the Niners Stadium. That's what he said. Because so in a sense, what he's saying is like, all these like fake fans are showing up just to hang out the lounges.
Right.
they're trying to limit that traffic. This way, the venue will still be, enthusiastic
Lively.
things.
I think the simple fact that they're gonna price out a lot of original fans is gonna destroy the atmosphere.
Well, that becomes a part of being a winning team. But what I'm saying is, at least they're recognizing, like, okay, if we allow this to happen, then it's going to continue to take away from that environment, that electricity. I mean, obviously, if you have money, you have a winning team, you're not going to have, like, actual rabid fans out there screaming. But you can help offset that by not what do you call it, doing things to promote it, like, a bunch of VIP lounges all the time, like restrictions, things like that. At least what I'm saying, at least they're aware of it and they understand the flow of energy.
It's funny because I think well, of course, now that they have kind of like a guinea pig, but I think that's part of what the Niners always wanted, actually. They actually wanted that crowd because they saw what it was doing at AT&T. And so they figured, so many people come to AT&T and they just hang out, and it would be nice to actually have a lounge or a bar or something where they could actually do this at, rather than them just loitering all over the place, And so now they built this lounge, and now they're seeing that, actually now the lounge is actually taken away from the fan experience, and it's attracting the wrong people, So I guess the Warriors or the Warrior backers have kind of like a good case study from both ends or both sides, so they could probably find a happy medium. But to be honest, it's the nature of the beast, man. It's the Bay Area for you. I really don't think Bay Area fans are that, sports focused to, they're just not that crazy about it. It's always a great time out for them, as long as they can afford it. And as long as there's a lot of people around or in the vicinity, they'll be out there, show their face, throw in one or two talking points, and then carry on with the, hipster shenanigans. So
I mean, I was in the email, the text message group. I was telling Kim about something I heard like in Warriors World. It's kind of what I was kind of saying. Like they gave an example. It was like a couple years ago, like somebody would get David Lee would get dunked at, and Warrior fans, like the old school Warrior fans, would like be laughing and pointing at David Lee because they were like basketball fans, like they were like bringing it to the park. That's the atmosphere like that that the old Oracle would have. You know what I mean? It would be like Omar against that one skater dude. Remember? Like we just all converged on just watching these two guys play, and you just watch it and you're just laughing and stuff. And when you see something funny, you laughing and you point it, even if it's your own boy. But then they said the new crowd, if they see that dunk, they might cheer for the dunk for a little bit, but there's not that same reaction to that dunk. So there's not that same life in Oracle as it was. It may be loud, but you know what? Honestly, it's a cued loud. You know what I mean? Like they need cues in order to cheer.
Well, I think what's missing is the appreciation for the game. Like whatever side it's on, it's like if I know my guy got shitted on.
Yeah.
And the guy made a fantastic play, whether it's baseball. I can be like, okay, I can give credit to the guy's like talent, right? Like, okay, I'm not gonna pretend I'm like all butthurt because he did it against my team. Because come on, dude, like I guess the older you get, the more you understand, like, hey, you can appreciate these nuances. Whereas a lot of the fake fans, they try to puff up their chest a little bit more and try to represent a little bit too extreme. I don't know. I mean, that's never been what I was about, but that's a part of it, right, guys?
that is.
But do you think, hey, Emeka, based on your experience at Levi's, do you think it has a good future?
Well, I went for a soccer game, and it was the very first event of Levi, so I think that was definitely a different crowd. A lot of things weren't popping. Like a lot of things weren't like that. I get the idea of what they were trying to do, like with the whole app thing, being able to order food through your app, but it was so disorganized. But that was the very first event of the stadium, so I've heard it's gotten a lot better. They've started to streamline a lot of stuff. Things are moving a lot more smoothly. When I was there, the only thing I really could give top marks for was the structure itself. The to have everything running smoothly was not happening that day. So,
well, if you think about it, the stuff that they control, like the actual building itself,
right.
that was a thumbs up. But the other stuff is logistics and it's based on experience.
Exactly.
So that's one of those things where you can always iron out the kinks, right?
Right. Which I believe they've done now. So it'll be fun to check it out again and just see what it's like.
All right. Well, when Neil goes to his what are you gonna go watch, Neil?
I think in May 24th, I'm gonna go see the Earthquakes versus the Orlando City whatever Pride or whatever.
Going to be playing.
Yeah.
That's your boy, Kimbo.
Yeah, that's true. No, but what I was saying is so Emeka went to a soccer event at Levi's, and Neil's gonna go to a soccer event at Levi's, like 4 or 5 months apart, 6 months apart, or whatever that may be. That's a good apples to apples comparison because it's type of experience. So, Neil, don't forget to share your thoughts after that game. But speaking of different stadiums and stuff like that, I don't think we ever got your take on the Earthquake Stadium, did we?
No.
Can you share with us? I wanna know the difference because these are two brand new stadiums. One's the Earthquakes and one's the Niners.
For one thing, the only bad thing about Avaya is just the parking. It's kind of far from the stadium. It is a very fan-friendly stadium. It's a small stadium. It's 18,000, which is I think Levi's is 62, 66. So Avaya is a fifth of that. It's only 18,000. And
18,000 more of an indoor speed, huh?
Huh?
18,000 more like arena capacity, huh?
Yeah, and it's really steep, so you're kind of sitting above the field or the pitch, whatever you want to call it, but you do feel closer to it. And I mean, of course, you have the outdoor bar, which is crazy packed. And for a soccer stadium, they feature a lot of alcohol at this soccer stadium. But it's also a family event too. So.
Neil, can I stop you there?
Yeah.
Can I stop you there and propose a toast to featuring a lot of alcohol at sporting events?
I'm definitely down for that.
It's one of those things where I think they should sell more alcohol-related stuff at these events, and I'm all. I'm not. Did you pour yet?
I don't even know what we're pouring.
Catch up. But seriously, the viewpoints are great. There's things for people who aren't really soccer fans.
What's that noise? Hey, is the MLS season still going on?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna try to make a Galaxy game in Carson.
You know what? We're not. Hawaii doesn't play San Jose State this year. Let's do a game before the end of the year, man. Let's tailgate at Avaya.
I'm always down. It's just it's a little bit of effort for me to go up there. That's all.
I know. That's why. Let's do it towards the end of the year.
Hairflips.
I already took my shot.
Actually.
But seriously, Mecca is probably gonna be taking a lot of my spare tickets. So.
Yeah, I have spare tickets for you for A's games too, if you want. So.
But what I'm saying is keep us up to date with these fan experiences because they always change, right?
Yeah. So far, the couple games I went to, it's a really fan-friendly stadium. And it's just getting better. Seriously, the old Warrior games is like a soccer game. You know what I mean? The upper crowd. like the shitty seats, like the end zone seats. Like in most sports, nobody wants the end zone seats, but that's where all the supporter groups go. And it's like,
No,
and
I'm sorry. I'm gonna
Club
stop you right
200.
there. No, I'm gonna stop you right there because you're already bashing on the people that can get in the game. I mean, granted, there are a bunch of like people who are sellouts and they're just there for like being there. It's the place to be. But there are also fans like us who's able to go into these arenas too and still cheer on the team. So to say and label that all these guys in this new, I guess, winning supporters are all the same. I can't really get behind that. But I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying. Yeah, obviously, when you have a bunch of like
Oh, my system.
two fans that are drunk that have that don't know better, they're gonna cheer regardless. And we were a part of that, and we were proud to wear that badge. Club 200.
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, there's like that atmosphere, like in the Warriors Stadium, where like you had that cheap crowd that was just like really, really loud. You know what I mean?
Believe me, when they scored above 100 points, I was happy about the chalupa.
But remember when we got that one dude that used to play basketball with us, what used to be at NBA, and he gave us that tickets? And then the one time I won tickets from Warriors World, we sat in the lower bowl. It's like a totally different atmosphere than Club 200.
You know what? I'm gonna agree with that. Like when we were sitting courtside, people were a little bit more reserved. People felt as if there's like a proper way to behave at a fucking game. Like the only time you cheered was when you were like cued to cheer.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, but you go to the supporter group in a soccer game, they don't give a fuck. They just fucking cheer. Like they are devoted to their team.
They're not classy fans. They're not classy fans. I'm gonna make it a point to be a classy fan now.
And that's what Club 200 was. I wax poetic about Club 200 because you got that feeling. You know what I mean? You felt like even though that team was shitty as hell, you still cheered the hell out of it. You think you yelling and they could hear you, and the louder you yell, you think they can actually hear you from up in the nosebleed.
Well, also, drinking alcohol makes you forget the fact that you're a losing squad. So, so that's an endorsement for alcohol. If you're unhappy with your life, guys, girls, take a shot of whatever, and go to your happy place because it all gets better. Well, I mean, it's been an hour. I can close out the show. We can close out the show right now. You guys want to do final thoughts, or is there anything additional you want to talk about?
I don't know. Was there anything else we needed to talk to? We had it.
Warriors playoff second round start Sunday.
Yeah, you guys want to go through it really quick?
Good luck to the Grizz. I mean, good luck to them against the Grizz.
Oh fuck.
No. Somebody give us a snapshot of where the NBA playoffs is at right now.
Just one more series to go, right?
Only one series left. Freaking San Antonio. And they don't play till Saturday. They went to 7.
It's 3-3. The Clippers won today, so they're going to Game 7, right?
Yeah, they're going to 7.
I'm kind of glad because it'll beat the crap out of the Spurs, and they're already old, so I'm pretty excited.
But it's But
I don't know how the Spurs lost anyway.
I'm kind of like.
Surprised they lost at home.
They've all lost at home, man. So.
Yeah, but I wouldn't expect the Spurs to lose at home.
Twice.
The Spurs are not consistent at home. I think they play just as well on the road as they do at home. It's one of those things where they just play. It's not like there's a lot of things that will bug them. If they're gonna lose, they're gonna lose. If it's in San Antonio, it's in San Antonio. If it's in LA, it's in LA. They'll always show up to play.
They went to 7 last year against Dallas, and they made it. So, I mean, yeah, I think the big issue is with San Antonio. If San Antonio is in the finals and the West Coast Finals with the Warriors, I'd be pretty scared. But other than that, I'm not really scared.
I agree. I think the Warriors have. I think, and it's me saying this with pride. And not any stupid like newbie fandom kind of thingy. because I'm realistic. I really do think that it's the Warriors West to lose.
Yeah.
And that's just being realistic. It's not me trying to fucking be Fitzgerald or any other newbie Warriors fan. You know, I really think they're in a good spot, and I've never said this as a fan before, but if I see them lose, then it's a bummer. Not to say I'll be disappointed, but you know, I won't get too butthurt, but I really think they have a great chance.
Yeah. No. You know, like there was something about this Warrior team. This will kind of be this will be my final thought.
All right, cool.
It's just transition to the final thought.
All right, we'll do final thoughts. We're talking about the Warriors. You wanna?
Yeah. Just continue. Like there was something different about this Warrior team at the beginning of the year when I made that. You know, when I made that proclamation, like it was not. We weren't even out of October yet, and I was like saying it would be seriously a disappointing season if they don't make it to the West Coast Finals, Western Conference Finals, because there is totally something different. And I mean, I expected maybe there's going to be a couple injuries here and there, and you know, with how fragile Andrew Bogut is, and you know they didn't, and that was even before they had David Lee, you know, and I still made that claim. But maybe, you know what, maybe it was just Draymond playing, because I remember talking to Bruck. He's like a guy we play basketball with. He's an older guy. He went to Michigan State, and we used to talk about Draymond, how he was like the glue guy for that team for Tom Izzo.
College.
Yeah, he was like a glue guy, and I think he led them to the Final Four, and I think they lost to Duke the year Duke beat Butler, but Duke beat them that year, but beat Michigan State that year in the national semifinals. But Draymond was always the glue guy, you know, like he did everything for that team, and he's kind of doing it again, you know. And he's always had, like when he was in college, he always had that like knee issues, but that's gone, and he's like a scrappy player, you know, and people get irritated, and he's been that big difference, you know. I think he's gonna be a max contract player. I mean, it's kind of hard not to pay him. The Warriors are gonna get him back no matter what. I think he's just gonna get paid this summer, and I think it's because he was playing more minutes now that at the beginning of the season when I saw that, it was like I kind of had this big feeling. And if they lose to Memphis, you know, even if it goes to 7 games, it's gonna be a disappointment. I think it's right now it's Western Conference or bust right now.
And since Conley's not playing, it just seems like the door's open for them wider than ever, because I think Conley was the guy standing in the way.
Yeah.
For me, anyways, that's my, you know, that's what I think. Was that your? Hey, Mecca, you want to go or you want me to go first?
Final thought is soccer related. I haven't done this in a while, but finally the Spanish league has woken up to the inadequacies of they're stuck in the past for so long. So I don't know, for anyone that doesn't know, the Spanish league is actually structured in such a way that each team negotiates their own broadcasting rights.
Oh, really?
So yeah. So what happens is, obviously, Barcelona and Real Madrid have all the huge stars, so you know everyone wants to see them. So all the broadcasting money goes to them. That's why I think Bain Sports had a contract with Barcelona also. So all the little teams, most of them are actually in debt.
Yeah.
So unlike in England, here, where the league actually negotiates the broadcasting rights, and the money gets shared amongst all the participants based on their league standings and all that stuff. So at least you get a cut out of it, So basically, those teams in the Spanish league, in La Liga, outside of Barcelona or Real Madrid, they only make money when Barcelona comes to play them. So that's the only time, But now they're actually trying to rectify that and be aligned with the rest of Europe, or not necessarily the rest of Europe, because a few other countries will do the same thing. England mostly, as popular as they are, is the one that actually leading the way in having a more unified system. And so they're trying to emulate that, and then just go in and have the entire league to make it more competitive, have everyone make money off of it because it's a lucrative piece of entertainment. Sports is big now. I mean, big companies, big networks are all investing in sports networks or sports channels and stuff. So finally seeing them waking up, they were like stuck in the past where sports wasn't a global phenomenon. So now it's about to change. So good luck to them. Hopefully that will bring more Spanish games or more La Liga games to the mainstream, and we won't only be stuck with Premier League games. That's my final thought.
You know what? That's kind of the reason why I started like watching Premier League, because it's just top to bottom. You have like Burnley beating City. You don't have that. You don't have that in La Liga, or you don't have that in the Bundesliga. Like
top heavy, right? Top heavy?
Huh? Yeah, it's really top heavy. It is.
And actually, like I made the same statement that I made on the podcast a few weeks ago to a friend of mine. I was telling him, hey, I'm not saying the Premier League is the best, but it's definitely the most competitive. Yeah. If you think about it, if Arsenal plays Stoke on Saturday and they get so burnt out, by the time they show up to Champions League on a Tuesday, they're like just tired. But on the other Spanish teams or whatnot, they play and it's mostly easy games because the teams they're playing are equivalent to like second league teams. I didn't even know. Check this out. I didn't even know a team that got relegated in England last year made more money than the third place team in La Liga last year.
Are you really? Well, La Liga's only 1 and 2, right, Mecca?
Huh?
La Liga's only 1 and 2, really. I mean.
It's only 1 and 2. It's only Barcelona and Real Madrid. The third place team in La Liga last year, the team that got relegated in the Premier League made more money than they did. So that's like, you just have to change. You have to change some things at that point. At that point, you have to be like, no, something is not right. Yeah, so I'm glad they're finally doing that. And actually, like talking to, reading a few blogs and talking to a few people, it came about that they did it that way because. I guess back in the day, a lot of teams were getting like swindled and stuff. Mm-hmm. So basically, teams took it upon themselves to say, before you bring a camera into our stadium, you have to pay us, basically. So each team basically had their own rights and negotiated. So, but that's predicated on history, on times when the sport wasn't like global. So now that it's global, you really have to take your brand, like unify it and take it globally. Otherwise,
that's why EPL teams can't play in the Champions League. Because they beat each other.
I mean, that's why it's really competitive, and they get burnt out by the time midweek games come through. I don't believe it has anything to do with being better or having better players or anything. Because if you think about it, they're not losing to like little ass teams. They're losing to teams that have a lot more energy and have a lot more
It's like Everton than you.
It's like playing the Western Conference.
Yeah, exactly, pretty much.
I had like so many people come to me this week. Talking to me about how Everton beat Man U.
Yeah, that was big. But they've been doing that actually the last 3 years in a row.
It's across the board that people do not like Man U.
It is. Especially long-time soccer fans. The only people that like Man U are fucking bandwagoners. Man U actually has the most support in the U.S. I'm like, of course they do. It's a bunch of bandwagoners. But anyway, I digress. That's my final thought.
All right, let me take us home here and give you my final thought. It's been about a month since we did our weight loss challenge, right, guys?
Yeah.
I'm proud to say that I gained a little bit back. Quite a lot back. My lowest was what like 170.2. 0.2 off my goal, and I weighed myself. Recently, I was at 177. Yeah. So I gained about 7 pounds, whatever. So I'm thinking, I've been a lot more active. I've been playing basketball pretty much every other day. So, like the last couple of days I've been playing, I don't run hard or anything by any means, but at least I go out and I'm active and then I'm walking to the park and all that stuff. So to me, I'm thinking, okay, I'm a lot more active. I don't eat as much. I still don't eat my lunches because it's out of habit. And yet I've gained all this weight. What could it be? And then as I take a sip of my beer, I realize that it's been a lot of empty calories due to the liquid diet. And boys and girls, if you want to learn anything from me, don't binge drink if you're trying to lose weight because it doesn't happen. I'm a lot more active, and yet I still gain a lot of weight. So you don't need to pay a fitness expert or a personal trainer on anything. I can give you free advice right now. Drink beer. It's fine. It's okay. If you gain some weight, you can always lose it later. That's all I got. That's my final thought. You see how I made a left somewhere? Like I was just and I mean I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm buzzed.
It makes sense to me. I don't know either.
I don't know what's going on right now, man. So
we didn't really drink that much. Well, you were drinking beer, so.
For our viewers that are paying attention to the podcast, just letting you know that Money May is live on TNT right now inside the NBA.
Oh yeah, he is. He is. Look. All right, let's take us to
Alrighty then.
Anyways, on that bombshell, I hope the Pac-Man wins it because if he does, I'm gonna go out and buy a fucking package of pistachios. Don't kick me out. I'm not going out. And 150 out. We love you. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. We'll see you next week.
Hey.
So.